What's up? Today I'm gonna be biking around, look at houses that I like around. To give you some context, I'm studying architecture right now, and architecture has been a very huge interest in my life. I really love architecture, like if I haven't already said it enough right now. So I'm gonna take this bike right here and we're gonna go find these houses and basically just gonna commentate and say and share with you guys what I like about these houses and why I think they're so really cool and dope, in my opinion. I don't think I'm no like architecture guru or anything. Basically how I'm gonna interpret architecture and stuff. So let's go. Let me try and make this not as weird and awkward as possible. Whoa. Super nice, isn't it? I love the little windows here on the side. Little like punctures of punctures into this mass, basically letting some light in some various ways. And then like this staircase right here, how it's basically like presented to you. And also like I love the different materials, so like the vertical wood and that it's dark, and also with like another wood element. Big windows are my favorite, so I think that these windows here are really cool. I like this like middle moment that separates the windows. I wonder what that could have been like if this was a big tall window right here. Same with that, like I don't know why they had to put that little separation there. I'm sure there's like a structural reason, maybe. Even this like glass door right here, like that is super cool. It almost feels like this is like one element right here that's being like held together by these two other ones, or this one kind of like squeezed its way through there, because the contrast is crazy. It's pretty different. And like these two, this and that, kind of feel like the parents in a way, and then this is like the beautiful child in the middle. Kind of funny. Best thing about this is like this house has an incredible view of the water over there. So I mean, I can't get behind it, but I am assuming like you even from this angle, like you can already see like there's already windows right there. Like the other side of this must be freaking amazing with large windows. Cool. All right, next house. Alright, so this house is like not too far away from where I was before. It's also still in the middle of construction. It looks like they're almost done. This one's really pretty. It's huge. I love all the windows. But I guess what I don't really like is like the separation. There's like so many like repetitive separations of windows. Like there's like the tall one and then the small one. I feel like, I wonder what it would have been like if they were just like full windows just going straight down, like bam, and get rid of like the little element that goes in the middle right there. Or if there was just like all window, like this entire square could have been all window. But I think this is pretty good. Maybe if like, they were all window, it'd be a little bit too much for the facade. And then when I say facade, for those of you guys not familiar with architecture, facade is like just like the face of a building. I love those. That's pretty cool. The concrete with the little wood elements on top. Over here, like at an angle, this looks pretty interesting. It just looks so complex. So many lines going in different directions. Wish I can see what that looks like up there. I really wish I can see what that really looks like what the flooring looks like up there. I'm thinking that this isn't even just a single house. This might be like a multi-story house. Like the place I'm currently living in is basically like a triplex, and each floor is a different apartment or a condo. Like this looks like more like a condo type thing. Like this would be one place, that would be another place. That might be like a shared space on the roof. And then for both places, that's probably why they have like this really big garage. This building also, like, it looks pretty heavy. It feels heavy, and maybe like if the windows were more continuous, it'd be more of a contrast with like lightness and heaviness. And when I mean like lightness and heaviness is like a building can sometimes convey like weight just by like its physical appearance. I guess here, this way, here's a good example. Like with these two buildings, there's a brick one, and then there's this building this house that's made out of like composite wood panels. And in contrast, this brick building feels more heavier than this one. They may be both as bulky and almost looking the same, but this feels more heavier because of its materiality. Physically, like, bricks are pretty heavy, and accumulation of bricks are extremely heavy. I would assume more so than these composite wood material over here. But yeah, cool. Next house now. Whoa, look how nice this looks. Super pretty. I'm also just like laying on the floor here when I'm supposed to be social distancing and isolation, but there's no one around me, so I'm pretty good. Here is our next stop. This house is freaking awesome. This is probably like one of the first I've seen like this here. So this was like the first original house here. That's what that looks like. This was like totally normal, just original house, no more contemporary home, and then bam, this was added later. Dude, like look at the contrast. It's amazing. And then what I love even more is that they even like put that contrast within the original house here. So then now it's like more, like literally more a part of it. There's like a little element there, and it looks like a yin and yang type thing there now, right? Like if that started spinning all of a sudden. And like, don't even get me started on the material of that. Like, that is such a beautiful color to choose. And like, look at this angle where it almost just blends in with these trees. It's like a literal tree house. And then, like, just to emphasize that even more, it's being held up by wood beams down there. And then you got some rock landscape down here. Like this is just amazing. Really pretty. Let me give you like this nice shot here. Bam, look at that. I could be a photographer probably. Psych. All right, next house. Let's get my bike back. Whoa. I like to begin with this one with the colors. I really like the colors. I dig them a lot. They kind of took a little precedence off this. See, like this house is right next to that one, so that wasn't such a long of a walk. But you see like the little orange that's there? You know, it kind of like matches, and that's really like a really good, powerful gesture in architecture when you take precedence of buildings, surrounding buildings around you, and then you like implement it into your own design. So like, because they were careful with the color choice, like this almost seems to match with that in a way. And it's not just because they're like modern they're both like a mix of modern and contemporary. Like, I haven't even gone over this yet, but this is like a mix of both, and that obviously is too. But these, like, this was probably made this way, a mix, just to complement this building. Or maybe if this one went on after, then this was made like that to complement this. Like, they complement each other, and there's like this unity. This is cool. I don't know how I feel about the wood horizontal slats. They're cool. I love how they're like shapes that are intersecting each other. Like right there, you have like this like it was just like a rectangular cube that you just like, you know, just slid in there. And this one too, like if I were to be able to get around it, but I don't really want to like move more into there. But I'm pretty sure like in a plan view, this building will look like just shapes intersecting each other. And the garage is pretty neutral down there. It's not really calling so much attention. Yeah, but all in all, it's a pretty nice house. All right. And just in front of this house, this is gonna be a little hard to get a view of. We have this. And I can't really get such a good view of this, so it kind of sucks. But do you see this? This is cool. I wish I could get around it more just to see what that really like is doing. What's that offering to the house? Like, it's not, the slope is not facing south, so it's not like it's for the south, but it is facing east. So like the sun does rise in the southeast. And I'm sure you guys already know that, so like maybe this is like a way of catching more light. I can't really tell if there's any like clear story windows up there or not, but it just looks like a really interesting shape, just to also contrast this like contemporary looking house right here. And like not only that, is that there's different composition too. Like that is more of like a plaster like solid surface, and then we have some brick right here. And then we have like a corrugated roof. And then the roof on that is fairly solid too from the looks of this corner. All right, so that house I was looking at just now with the curved roof, the owner actually came out and was asking me what am I doing filming people's homes. And I was a little scared, so I obviously put my camera away. But I had a really good conversation with him. Basically, his roof was an addition to the house, and it's curved on the top for like wind purposes and rain. So like wind can kind of just flow over it, and rain can just shed off the top of it down. He said that they're mostly like just like additional rooms in there and staircases, but no windows, which kind of sucks, but that was cool. And he gave me a reference to like an architect I should look up. And yeah, it was just a cool interaction. Here's our next stop. I think this is French. That looks French to me, but I don't know. So maybe someone can tell me what that means. I really like the black and then the concrete and then this corrugation over here. That is such a cool contrast. The corrugation looks so nice and clean, and it's gray and then black, and then this concrete is like some, you know, concrete color. I don't know how I feel about the windows on top of the awning though. Like I feel like they probably just should have stopped under, or maybe those windows just needed to go up a little more. Yeah, I really love like these moments here with like these support beams. Let me just focus on the support beams right there. I wish like those would go down all the way down to the bottom, like all the way down here, and like because there's like a little bridge type of thing going on there where like the pathway to the house is there and this goes down. So if these elements were going straight down all the way down there, it'd be so cool. It implied just like how tall this building is from down there. like you just highlight these elements that go farther down to where you're stepping from your planar x-axis. It just fuels up some curiosity to see like what's down there, like what how far down does that go, that there's some element coming from down there up here holding this up. All right, so here's our next home, like a rectangular that was just extruded up, and that's it. The garage from here I can see has like some type of texture. I have no idea what it is, but it's super interesting to see. And then the windows on the garage door, like they're opaque windows, but still that gesture that continues all the way up to these windows, that's nice. And then these windows right here too, like these, like they're like just gestures that feel compositionally perfect. And then we have these horizontal windows over here. Those are cool. And in this corner window, that's nice. I love how the gesture of this entrance really extends vertically. Like it really emphasizes its threshold. Just the composition of the black that continues from the bottom up. All these little windows too, they're all different. All these windows are different. And there's something that like feels so unison about them. Like they're just meant to be that way. They're also irregular, but collectively they're dynamic in what seems to be a very like stale shape, like literally just a rectangle. But this is good architecture, because you make normal shapes look so dynamic, and it's through just these little window gestures and a threshold gesture like that. Okay, I just went around this building and look at this. Look at that. That's amazing. Look at all those windows. It's got way more windows than the other side, and they're huge. And what do you think those windows are pointing towards? Yeah, all that greatness. Gosh, that looks amazing. I mean, I just really want to get closer, but this is close enough just to admire it so much. That's awesome. It looks so intricate on this side and so subtle on the other side. It's crazy. Like this house is so interesting. And like, look at that. Like there's even like some clear railing up there. Cool. All right, next house. Look at this beauty. This reminds me so much of like Mies. For those of you guys that don't know who Mies is, he did a lot of like simple architecture. He's part of the movement for modern architecture, and a lot of his architecture was planar gestures, where everything was just very planar, very rectilinear, kind of like this steel also. But wow, look how gorgeous that looks. I love the gestures of the windows. Like, see, like tall windows like this are awesome. Like those are so nice. And I love how it's opaque. I like how it goes from clear to opaque to clear up there. And then like there's just like with the mullions, it gestures all the way up just to emphasize its verticality. And then like you can see that here there's like a staircase right there that you can see straight through it. And just the door, like it's you can literally see the view through the house. Like just like this like enclosure with this type of concrete fence. I'm a big fan of these fences, these concrete fences. Sometimes they're made out of like composite contemporary material, sometimes they're made out of concrete, but they're super nice. And I think they're very effective to make your home feel very enclosed. You feel like you have a little courtyard there. Maybe it's just the time of the day, but like the colors here, they blend so well with the sky. Like, look how nice this blend is. Wow. Like this, it gets just so interesting. Alright, here's the next house. I like the color. It's cool. It goes a lot with like these trees. Looks like redwood. There's a lot of trees around here, a lot of Douglas fir. Like more that way, there's like madrona trees. And the fact that it's like materials made out of wood too, you know. Oh my gosh, and here's like another garage with like some texture, like some wavy texture. That's pretty cool. And I really like the windows, those 4 windows, the opaque windows there. Like that's awesome. Since like this facade is facing south, that's a great way to get light into your garage. Because usually garages are like, the light in them isn't really thought about. Like this garage right here, there's no way of getting natural light in there. No way. And here, like these allow natural light to get in those garages. And it's gonna be like pretty nicely lit in there. I love how like bold these gray elements are. They express a lot of horizontality. I just think maybe the wood was a little too much horizontality. Like it just feels like it's too much just layered on top of each other. Or just too much lines going horizontally. Like these already make a big enough horizontal statement. Like it's pretty bold statement here with these horizontal gray elements, that I don't think the same statement needed to be made with these wood here, but this wood here. But what if these were more like a kind of like a solid surface like that? Or what if like they went vertical instead, kind of like these over here, like the green there, like they go vertical there. Then it would have been a really nice contrast of like skinny verticals versus these, and there have been like so many skinny verticals versus just these few horizontal statements are so bold, but they like equalize each other. It's like an equilibrium. There's just enough of these smaller gestures that are going vertical to complement these really big horizontal gestures that there's not so much of. I think that's gonna be the last one for today. So I hope you guys like this. This is the first of this type of video. Just me going around kind of critiquing houses. And I'm not really, like I said in the beginning, I'm no design guru or anything, but I do have my own opinion about buildings and architecture. And I don't think all architecture is good architecture, but I think there's a lot of it that's very thoughtful and amazing. We're a very pretty day in Seattle. Okay, well that's it. Time to go home. Hope you guys enjoyed my critique. I'll probably be doing a lot more like this, so catch you later.